Hello class! Today in this video we're going to look at dividing rational expressions. Now if you remember rational expressions, these are expressions, they look like fractions but they have variables in the denominator. Might have them in the numerator too, but they have variables in the denominator and they look like fractions. And since they look like fractions, we're going to divide them just like we would with fractions. So if we had a fraction, remember, it's that keep, change, flip thing. You keep the first one, you change it from division to multiplication, then you flip over the second one. Right? Because dividing is multiplying by the reciprocal. So if we had a over b divided by c over d, you flip this over and it turns into a over b times d over c. So a times d is ad, b times c is bc. Now, very important to remember that you cannot divide by 0. And since you can't divide by 0, b can't be 0, d can't be 0 here, and then when you flip this over, c also cannot be 0. Okay? And then you take this and you simplify it if you can. So, for example, if you have 7 over x plus 1 divided by x plus 2 over 2x minus 3, you change it to multiplication and you flip that second one over, take the reciprocal. So it's 7 over x plus 1 times 2x minus 3 divided by x plus 2. Multiply straight across, and then, if you can, simplify it. Now, notice over here we have to say that x cannot equal 3/2. Here, if you plug it in 3/2 here, it's not a problem. It'll work. Neither one of those will equal 0. However, way back here at the original, 3/2 causes a problem here with d. And we can't have that either. So, because if I plug in 3/2 here, 2 times 3/2 is 3, 3 minus 3 is 0, and so you end up with divided by 0. So this can't equal 0 either. It's not over here. Here's not a problem, but you got to make sure it doesn't equal 0 in the original. Alright? So, let's take a look at this. We have 7x over 2x minus 10. All being divided by x squared minus 6x over x squared minus 11x plus 30. Okay? Now, first thing we want to do, multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to take all of this, that second fraction, second rational expression, flip it over, take the reciprocal of it, change it to multiplication. Right? Keep, change, flip. Now, what you want to do is factor everything. So the 2x minus 10, you can factor a 2 out of it. That's 2 times x minus 5. The x squared minus 11x plus 30, factor that out, you get x minus 5 times x minus 6. And our denominator here, we can factor an x out of that, so that's x times x minus 6. Next, we multiply straight across. Okay? And really, when you multiply this, we're not going to try to FOIL this together, because we want to factor it out anyways, right? So, we're just, what can we cancel out here? Well, I've got an x minus 5 and an x minus 5, so those will cancel out. I've got an x minus 6 and an x minus 6, so those will cancel out. I've got an x and an x, so those will cancel out. And I'm just left with 7/2. That's all I got is 7/2. However, all of the stuff that we took out of it still can't equal 0. We saw this in the multiplication video and also in the simplifying video. We want this to equal the original thing. This is the simplified form of all of this. And if this can't have those equaling 0, this can't either. All right? So we took the x minus 5 out. X minus 5 still can't equal 0. So if x minus 5 can't equal 0, then x can't equal 5. X can't equal 0, so x can't equal 0. X minus 6 can't equal 0, so x can't equal 6. All right? Remember, anything you factor out here still cannot equal 0. Even though it's not there, it's not showing up anymore, it's still there. And so it still can't equal 0. It's just not showing up because it kind of got camouflaged, if you would. Alright? So let's take a look at this one. Still finding the quotient. Was dividing, so we still need to multiply by the reciprocal. So what is the reciprocal of this? You know, it's not a fraction. Yeah, it is. Remember, anything is a fraction. You just put it over 1. Right? So you put it over 1, flip it over, take the reciprocal, and it's 1 over 3x squared plus 5x. Right? Now we're going to factor all of this, multiply straight across, so it's just all of this times 1, 4x squared times x plus blah, blah, blah. Right? Look for common factors. What can we pull out of this? Well, we've got an 3x plus 5 and a 3x plus 5. Those can go away, and that's it. right? So we're left with the 2x minus 3 over 4x squared times x. X squared times x is x cubed. Right there. Now x cannot equal negative 5/3 because you take this 3x plus 5, set it equal to 0, subtract 5, divide by 3, you got negative 5/3. All right. So anything you factor out, remember you cannot have that equal 0. So you got to set that equal to 0 and cancel it out. All right. Okay, so let's see here. That's it. So I want you to work these two problems out here. Pause the video, work them out, make sure you say what gets excluded because it's not going to work, because it didn't work in the original. Then come back, check your answers, and we'll see how you did. Alright, you're back. Let's see how you did. Number 8, you should have come up with 4/5, where x is not 0, x is not 2, and x is not 4. And on number 9, you should have come up with x minus 1 over 6x squared, where x cannot be negative 5/2. Alright, so if you got those, great. That's it for the video for you, because you're awesome. If you didn't, you're still awesome, but let's go over this stuff, see what's going on. So number 8, here's our original problem. Change it to multiplying by the reciprocal, so we flip everything over. Then we factor it all, and we cancel what can cancel. So x squared minus 6x plus 8 factors as x minus 2 times x minus 4. 5x minus 20 factors as 5 times x minus 4, because you can pull 5 out of that. And we can pull a x and x out of x squared minus 2x. So we have that. So see, we have an x here and an x there, so that cancels out. X minus 2 and x minus 2, there it is, cancels out. And x minus 4 and x minus 4 cancels out. So that just leaves us with 4 over 5. However, all of this stuff we canceled out still cannot equal 0, because it didn't equal 0 in the original, right? So x minus 4 can't be 0, so x can't be negative 4. It can't be 4. X can't equal 0, so x can't equal 0. X minus 2 can't equal 0, so x does not equal positive 2. And so that's where all of that comes from. Number 9. Here's the original. Put this over 1 and you flip it. Multiply by the reciprocal. Factor them. So the factor of that is 2x plus 5 and x minus 1. And then 1 is 1. And we can kind of ignore that because times 1 doesn't do anything. Now we have 6x, and then here we are going to factor an x out of that. So pull an x out, and that leaves you with 2x plus 5. 2x plus 5 and 2x plus 5, those cancel out, and that's it. So x minus 1 times 1 is just x minus 1. 6x times x that we have left over is 6x squared. Now we did take this 2x plus 5 out. That still can't equal 0. So 2x plus 5 can't be 0. Subtract 5, divide by 2, and you end up with x cannot be 5/2. All right? So there it is. That's dividing by rational expressions. Remember, it's keep, change, flip. You keep the first number, you change the division to multiplication, you take the reciprocal of the second expression. All right? Then you're going to factor everything that you can factor. All right? We're multiplying straight across, which basically we're just going to list all the factors together, because whatever. And then cancel out whatever factor is on both the numerator and the denominator. Make sure that anything that you cancel out does not equal 0. Right? We cancel the x minus 4 out, so x minus 4 still cannot equal 0. Even though it doesn't show up in the simplified form, it is there in the original correct form. This is just being simplified, but we still have to say it's there, right? Even though it's not showing up anymore. All right. That's it. I hope that helped, and I'll see you next time.